We're Karen and Bo Christensen, a Danish-American couple who met in Germany in 2016. Bo is an airline pilot, and Karen is a freelance advertising creative director. In late 2022, we bought Château de La Tuilerie in Martel, France, and are working to make it a bed and breakfast and wedding destination fit for a queen. Welcome to Queen's Escape. So it's an early Monday morning, and Bo is taking me to our new friend's house, Helen and Paul, who have so graciously lent me their van, and I'm going today to pick up a rotary iron from some new American friends who also have a chateau about 4 hours from here. And I'm so excited to get this rotary iron to help with the laundry. I guess they moved into their chateau, and the place might have been a bed and breakfast before, and they just don't need it. So it's a prayer answered. So the place is Varennes-Vauzelles, and it's about 3 hours and 40 minutes north of us here in Martel. And the lady's name is Joleen, and I'm so looking forward to meeting them and seeing their chateau. And I'm going to listen to my Cleopatra book on the drive and finish that off. So, big day. I missed it. Okay. So Helen and Paul, they live down here in this adorable, sweet older chateau. Gorgeous. So this is the littlest chateau on YouTube, and this is where Helen and Paul live. Isn't it lovely? Just lovely. Beautiful. Beautiful grounds. And they have a lot of land in the back. This is Paul, and this is Helen. and they're being so kind as to lend us their van. And we were just trying to figure out how best to put it, and so we're thinking to put the seats down. Yeah, is the best way. Okay.
And then you've got the cat, and then to close it, you close this first, and then the door. Yeah. And
then so diesel, right? It's just the one.
Just normal.
Gas oil.
Gas oil. All right. You can give it a good wallop down, because sometimes on your dash it'll tell you what doors are open and what doors aren't.
Okay.
And it often thinks that the boot is fully closed, so I always slam it. Paul hates me slamming it, but I always slam it.
So I'm in Helen and Paul's van, and I was just getting some gas. It's a diesel van, so I wanted to stop and get gas to have a full tank for this trip. And out of respect for them and their vehicle, I'm not going to be filming it all or eating it all or anything at all while I'm driving, but just focusing. But super excited to get on the road. So their van is a manual drive, and when I was growing up in the US, you didn't really need to learn how to drive a manual stick shift, but I felt like it was important to do because someday I might need to know how to do that. And so I was able to learn on my father's truck, and I taught my daughter how to drive a stick shift on my Ford Mustang. And I felt like something good to know. And now that I'm living in Europe, it is very good to know, because a lot of the cars are manual. Joleen Huber moved to France from Utah in the United States. I had the pleasure of touring their gorgeous chateau while they detailed all the work they've done so far and all the work they plan to do in the future. They're both extremely capable, and Joleen is particularly crafty, making her own curtains, painting ceiling trim up on scaffolding, and so much more. They're updating their chateau room by room, and we can't wait to see the finished product. Hidden door, hidden bathroom door.
Yeah, so I will renovate it to be more of the 1800s, more period.
There's a window.
So that goes to the cob down that. Don't ask me what it's going on there. I have no idea.
It's bizarre, we don't know. Then this is the kitchen, which at least it's functional.
Yeah, beautiful. Open plan. A little bit of modern conveniences.
Yeah. I refuse
Wonderful.
to not have a kitchen.
Oh, and that's your to-do list to date, and it just rolls down.
Mm-hmm.
That's amazing. It looks like you pretty much get it done in order.
Well, we like to get the page done before we move it down to the next page. I have a staging area for renovations, and this one, it really is, the floor is rotted in the middle. We have to take up all the floor. So right now, this is the room that gets everything collected in it.
Yeah.
We do the rest of the stuff. But it has
There's your
original paneling, and I've got the wallpaper and everything bought, just waiting for them to finish the ceilings because all of the pipes have to come through the electricity, and then they'll drop the ceiling about 4 inches or 7 centimeters or whatever it is. We have 2 toilets in the house, and we are just excited about this. When we first moved in, this was just a toilet. And so I came in and renovated it. I mean, just decorated it up and finished it.
I
But
love the
you have to be able
labels.
to go to the bathroom and have it.
So it's all kind of like a wine label paper?
Yeah.
Beautiful.
And I brought all my wallpaper from the United States.
Did you? Because you know where to get it.
Yes, and it's cheaper. It's so much cheaper.
It is adorable.
So this is the other bathroom.
Oh, neat.
the other
so the other
side,
side, it's a
weird
twin.
Yeah, and it's the opposite curve on there. So we don't know if there was a tower there.
Oops,
at
sorry.
one
Yeah,
time.
no, you're fine.
So this one has a small for my grandkids.
Aww.
I have just little grandkids. So see this thing? It just sits here. I'm American, I don't iron sheets.
It's the sheet iron. It's the, how do you call it? It's a rotary
Linen press?
iron.
Yeah, I don't know.
And a linen press, or I forget the word. I forget it.
But,
Yeah.
I mean, Charles and I
That's
tried
it.
it. Because, it just sits here and we're like, okay, let's make sure it works. So we tried it and we're like, oh, yeah, no, we won't iron our sheets. Grand Swan, because I wanted someplace that I could say guests can come
Yep.
here.
Which is-
and not feel embarrassed. And then the bedrooms, because I have to have a bed
Mm-hmm.
and a room that's clean to sleep in, So, and we had all of our kids here for the summer, so we had
It's like 16 people.
16 people.
Wonderful.
So we had to have enough bedrooms for everyone.
Yeah.
So,
Love it with the tall ceilings and the open staircase.
like
The armor.
Like this is part of the geothermal system.
Mm-hmm.
And they just ran it through right here.
I have a nice little plug.
So I'm making them fix it when they come.
Oh, good. Yeah, we have copper pipes sticking out here and there.
Some of those chateaus you look at, you're like, they just nailed all the new wiring and pipes to the wall. They look terrible.
So,
Beautiful.
even the ceiling up here is the faux marble paint.
Uh-huh.
But, I'll just do everything white. It's too much to do the faux marble again.
Mm-hmm.
Too much work. And then we liked this chateau because it had a whole master suite on one side.
Nice.
So, and we're huge into having our own space. So, when we
gorgeous.
This was the first room we did, and that because that had a leak in the roof and it was all caved down. So we had to rebuild it. Just, you know, I was kind of learning how to do it.
So pretty. Absolutely beautiful. Love that bed and the, how do you call this? A
Bed crown.
bed crown, right.
So I found this lady online. Well, I had talked to some people who were renovating down in Gers. And I said, where did you get your bed? And they told me this lady's name. So I just called or sent her a message and said, can you find me beds? And she found the beds, reupholstered them, and then delivered them to us.
Beautiful.
So
That is really...
crushed velvet. And then this is our office.
Slash junk room.
Yeah.
That's nice. Really cool.
This was one of the reasons that I bought the place was
That is really cool.
those are all
really
19th century.
Sorry, pardon me.
Like this is a whole,
Oh my goodness, look at that.
the size of that glass.
That's amazing.
Because you always have to have this stuff for all your curtains and stuff. In the United States, they were clearing them all out of the Hobby Lobbies.
Oh my gosh.
And so I sent my kids, Terrell and I went everywhere. But look at these. Whoops.
There's always a light bulb.
bulb.
There's always a light bulb.
But like,
Oh my
I think this one was
gosh.
$12.
Oh my gosh.
Can you believe that? So I
Yes.
bought everything they had.
See, exactly. Hobby Lobby, you know where to go. Here, I have no idea where to find these things.
I know, I haven't found
No
it here, so I
idea.
gotta finish the bed crown in there. I'm gonna have to go back to Hobby Lobby and see what's... I gotta fly home to stock up again.
Oh, wow. Look at your chandeliers.
So yeah, we have chandeliers that I bought at places. I'm just waiting for the rooms to be finished to put them up.
That's gorgeous, that mirror.
Yeah.
So again, the proper name was a lavoir.
Lavoir.
Where they would do their laundry.
So the water would come in. It's got a natural spring. It would come in over there, and they've got a place you could plug it down there, and it could fill up. And
Wow.
then it had an overflow here that would go into the pond. But
So if the grandchildren are ever bad,
yeah,
they can come do the laundry.
I think at one point it had like a roof on half of it.
Mm-hmm.
I think.
That is really cool. So I'm just leaving Joleen and Terrell's place, and they took the time to give me the tour of the whole place, and just wonderful, wonderful people, gorgeous property. Wow, what a find they have. They have the kind of chateau that when you walk in, it just opens up you know, and has sort of like this welcoming central area, which I was really looking for. So they have found that it is beautiful, but it is a lot of work they have to do, but that's exactly what they wanted, you know. And so I think it's awesome, and it was so nice to just talk to some Americans. It's been a while, and it always just has a nice feeling to talk to some of your countrymen and you know, people with a similar point of reference. You know, of course they're living in Utah and I'm from Virginia and, you know, East Coast area, but still, big country or not, it was really comforting and nice to spend some time with them today. So, and I've got the rotary iron and some new blankets, warm blankets for our beds in the back. So kind of them to give those to us. And I can't wait to get back here again with Bo to visit them, and maybe they can come and see us as well. So, super.
So today we're working at the tobacco leaf barn. The ports are not sliding to the side as they should be, and one of the reasons was that the wheels up on the top there have come off, and so you would say, oh, we just have to get them back on. But the problem is that here in the bottom we have these pieces of concrete and tracks that the ports go in that have come up in the soil. So over the years, when these ports were made originally, it was perfectly alright, but over the years they've kind of moved up in the soil, and so now the distance from the bottom here up to the top is too short, and so the wheels come off. So today we're working on getting these bottom pieces out by cutting the metal off and hopefully banging the concrete out of there. And then we are going to install some U-formed irons that the ports can drive in when you slide them to the side. And I'm just going to show you those. So this U-form iron will be installed, one on either side, and then the ports can slide through that, so that when it's windy or stormy they won't be coming off, and of course they will be hanging in these wheels up here. This is the finalizing of the U-iron that goes in the middle between the two ports of the tobacco leaf barn. Basically, I've been cutting out stone first, not today mostly, but another day, with these tools here, a hammer and this guy, and just, you see, kind of flattening it out, cutting off the metal that goes down into the concrete. What happened was that over the years the concrete has kind of moved upwards. So when they originally made this, it was just fine, but as you can see, we've had to cut the stone on both sides, on this side here too, and on the other side over there. My friend Benny, he helped me installing these U-irons on the side, so it's good for me because I learn something every time I see this or somebody else doing this kind of work. So now I can go ahead and install this myself. So I drilled a hole and I put this pin in to be a guidance. So when I have to drill the other 2 holes here, it shouldn't move. And then I put up the string to make sure that they're aligned between the 2 points on the side. So I'm gonna drill the other 2 holes now and then install the bolts and tighten it up.
Our walking path is so nice now that the weather is warm and you see how tall the grass is in the field. Bo mows it every so often for me and it looks great.